Music's cues in. Alright guys, welcome in. Episode 2, baby. We back.
2.
Chilling for our lives. I am ElectricityWave.
I'm Stadium.
AKA Mike.
I'm Stadium. Sorry, I cut you off there. I forgot you were going to
It's
say
all good,
AKA
brother.
Mike.
It's only the second one.
We'll get there
All good.
someday. We're working
AKA
on it.
Sean. And we are chilling for our lives. Welcome in to the second episode. We got a lot of stuff packed in. But before we start, we just want to let you know we are officially on all of the platforms, including YouTube if you want video. And for all the audio listeners, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Anchor. So
we are worldwide, baby.
finally got on the wave. We are finally, we were waiting for like, how long did it take for, because all of them were pretty much good, like after a day or two, but I think, what was it, Apple Podcast took how many days?
Yeah, Apple Pod. So we submitted it to Apple on Thursday last week, which I believe, I have no idea what day it was, but Thursday last week, and it is now Wednesday of this week, and so it took 6 days. Took 6 days, you pesky Apple.
But we made it. We made it.
Yep. Spotify took 1 day. Anchor is instant because it's our RSS, and then YouTube is obviously instant too. So
yeah, that was nice. So for the YouTube watchers / listeners, that was easy. But now we should be good every week, and so on. We should be, as soon as we post. Our goal is every Thursday.
yes.
I don't know if we have a time for it. Around noon, maybe.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
You'll figure it out, yeah. But
Yeah.
every Thursday is our goal to get the episode edited out and ready for all the listeners and watchers. So that'll be the kind of the opening or intro to the second episode. But so we're just gonna get into it. Big event this week. The Fortnite Black Hole / Chapter 2. What do you think about it?
Like Chapter 2 as a whole, or like how they did it, or what?
Yeah, what'd you think about like the whole like black hole idea, the marketing and the execution? What do you think?
Every single thing about the black hole idea and execution and everything, I think was very, very well done and awesome. Except I think it lasted too long. And if they knew that it was gonna last that long, they should have told us. Especially, maybe not initially, like, because I know they have a plan and they have a rollout and they want to do their thing. But once they started showing, like, or once they started realizing that people were literally on Twitch streaming to tens of thousands of people, and everyone is just staring at their screen, ready to play Fortnite, waiting for something to happen, like any minute now, they should have been like, "Yo, fam, you've got like 30 hours to go. So do something else. Like, please do."
I feel so bad for people that like legit thought that their update was gonna happen that night, because
Sorry, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say Courage almost missed a wedding to stare at a black hole.
Yeah.
They would have been saying their vows, like wondering what's his name, Jack?
Yeah.
Like, where is Jack? And he's just like fiending to play Fortnite, or he can't miss his update because he had like 70,000 people watching him or something. And the entire wedding would have happened, and he's still staring at the black hole. He would have been like, "Bro, come on."
Yeah, to be fair though, his stream was jumping. He had about 70K in there, so like,
For sure.
how are you gonna walk away from a stadium of people? It's tough.
Literally,
You know?
like he walked away from Comerica Park and was like, "Screw you guys, I gotta hit this wedding." But,
That's nuts. The thing that I noticed that was crazy, I think the black hole definitely created like people that didn't even really know about Fortnite, which is crazy to me that most people don't even, like, there's still a lot of people that don't even know about it, but like there's a lot more people that heard about it because of the event.
Yeah.
And people were tweeting about it. There was conspiracy theories, like people were like, is Fortnite gonna end? When are they gonna come back? There's all these leak pages were trying to like predict when Fortnite was gonna come back up, and everyone kept saying like the event happened at 2 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah. And it ended, I don't remember when it ended. It didn't take long, but then the black hole was there, and it hit, I don't know. I was like kind of watching streamers to see, because usually downtime's like 2 hours, and I was like, it's going to be up by like maybe 4, 5. And like 4 or 5 hits, and they're like, it's going to be at 5, it's going to be at 6, it's going to be at 7. And I'm like, no, it's not going to happen. Like, let me go on with my life and go do something, because I wasn't streaming.
Yeah, we went
But,
off and
like,
we played Destiny, I think, or we did we did something else because we were watching it in a party together.
Yeah, we were watching. We were like, this is such a unique event, and they made it such a big deal that it was gonna be like a whole new like chapter in game. That I was like, the downtime's probably gonna be long. It's not like a regular update. So we went and played Destiny, but like I saw streamers like Cypher PK usually averages anywhere from like 5K to 10K. I've seen him up to 15 or 20K. He was at 100K during that event. Tfue is usually around 40, 50K recently. He was over 300K when the event happened. So like these numbers are insane.
Yeah, Fortnite's a dead game though.
Well, yeah, Fortnite's dead. So like, I mean,
Yep.
shout out to those 300,000 people that watched the dead game.
Yeah, totally irrelevant.
Right, and like the hundreds of thousands of people tweeting about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, streamers. I was watching these streamers get like, I remember, I think it was Courage, and he was watching the Black Hole with some friends like Jordan Fisher. Shout out to the Fish fam.
Yeah.
And I think like Twitch kind of broke because during that time too, a lot of like chat and like Twitch primes were like, I don't know, it was weird. I was watching Courage, but then there was this moment in the stream where like maybe like a minute or two like straight, this man got like 100 to 200 Twitch primes. He was even like, what is going on?
Oh yeah,
like,
I saw that.
They were just like do just like Twitch prime after Twitch prime after Twitch prime, and I was just like, and every stream I went to, like all the big streamers, they were like they had so many viewers and like they were banking out. So like I'm sure they didn't care about watching a black hole, and
for sure
they
made like a year's salary watching that thing.
Exactly. They could just kind of talk about conspiracy and kind of make it a fun game, watch videos. So
yeah, and they were dropping little nuggets for them. Like they kept having the numbers pop up on the screen, and they had like the what was it, like the messenger or the watcher or whatever I'm not up on my Fortnite.
The visitor?
Lore. Yeah, the visitor. He was like saying, he would say something and people would try to decode like, oh, what does it mean, or does it mean anything? And so they did something, and then they had the little Konami code mini game, which was cool. People were like competing for that a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy to watch it. Like I haven't even played for like before that day in like probably maybe almost 2 months, because of the whole mechs coming in the game kind of just ruined it for me and everyone else. But once that happened, I kind of wanted to get back and try Fort, because it just seemed like it'd be refreshing. But then the fact that you couldn't do something, like Fortnite took it away from you, so then you kind of realized, well, a lot of people realized how much they loved playing it. So it was a good marketing technique, and kind of made all the gamers like want to try it or play it again if they haven't picked it up in a while.
Yeah, I don't know what their, obviously we don't know if they initially wanted it to be down for as long as it was, or like what the internal plan was, because especially since with an always online game and something that massive and that many people trying to log into it and stuff, like you never know. They they wanted it to last a few hours, or who knows. But in the end, it all like worked out for them, and I think it was cool. It was very cool. It's rare.
I think a lot of people made a lot of fun memories from it too.
Yeah, definitely. And it's rare that a game of this magnitude has like an opportunity to like do something like this, like completely not relaunch, but like just go to the next chapter, and
right,
like it's still by far the biggest game on the planet. So
yeah, they've done like as much hate as Fortnite gets because of the magnitude of how big of a game it is and how much it's affected people's lives and created careers and changed lives. The way that they kind of keep the game fresh and relevant is insane. Like I've never seen a game do something like this, and it was pretty cool to like witness. And then so it went Tuesday to 2 p.m. and then Tuesday at like, I think it was Tuesday morning at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah,
is when the servers
really early. Eastern time at least.
Yeah, Eastern time. That's when the Fortnite updated, and then people got to experience it. And then when I woke up, I turned Fortnite on. I didn't really want to watch anyone experience. Like I wanted to test it out.
Same.
And there was like trailers leaking as well, so I kind of had an idea what it was gonna be. But then I opened up the game. The little cutscene happened, and like it just kind of goes from cutscene and shoots you, like it launches you into the game. It's really like immersive, and there's music playing,
That was awesome. I loved that.
They knocked it out of the park with that. It felt like campaign mode or something crazy.
Yeah, when I was into it. Like, I was into the trailer and I was thinking it was cool. And then when Jonesy jumped out, I thought he was gonna like jump out and then go into like a big little highlight reel of all the new stuff. But no, you're in and you're playing. And oh, it's a new map. And oh, there's new graphics. And everything looks beautiful. And oh, everything has a new picture. And oh shit, there's a guy right there. And I don't know where I'm landing because the map is all question marks. So I don't know what's going on. And oh wait, I discovered this new place. And it was just like, even for like a lapsed Fortnite fan, I was like really excited. A lot was happening and it was awesome.
Yeah, like the way that they recreated this game and this season with a lot of different things. Like, this is probably just an unfortunate thing that happened, but it kind of made it feel like new again. Is everyone's settings reset? So like if you had keybinds, controller sensitivity, everything reset. And I don't know if they meant to do that, but like that was a whole another like little layer of like, oh, this is new. Let me readjust all my settings. I don't know where anything is because the map's new, and there's all these new mechanics, the graphics, the the text, like the style, everything was just new.
Yep.
So a lot of people were excited. And they're like, man, this feels like season 1, like OG Fortnite. So like I think that's why a lot of people were excited for it and feel refreshed because they literally changed almost everything.
Yeah, like the pictures of the guns in your inventory are different, and like you're constantly getting experience points that pop up, or like the medals for your little punch card.
The health bar looks different.
Yeah, the health bar looks different. The like when you're applying a med kit or taking potion or something, like the little timer in the screen looks different. Like they updated everything to make it feel fresh and new again. And it seems like for a lot of people, it really worked, and it like reinvigorated them to want to play, which is crazy because people are already putting infinite amount of hours into that game.
Crazy hours. And like even for the casual player, they added things like fishing, where you can fish for items or actual fish that give you health. They have this thing where if you have a downed teammate or a downed enemy that you shoot and they down them, you can actually pick them up and carry them to like the next circle if it's your teammate, or if it's an enemy, you have literally seen people throw them off buildings to like finish them, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, I love the whole like carrying them through the storm. Like if the circle's like right there, then you can pick them up and carry them really quick. Like that was a great mechanic that I never really even thought of.
Yeah, like it makes it feel so real. You know, like Sean said, like the firemen carry, where you literally are like saving their lives. It's funny, but also it's just really cool and realistic. So I like that they brought that in for sure.
Yeah, because that's what I would do like in real life. Like if the circle's right there, I wouldn't like pick them up in the storm, or like I wouldn't revive them in the storm so then we could run into the circle. I would literally pick them up and run into the circle and then revive them. So now you can do that.
It'd be funny if they had like if there's a character that was like thicker or bigger than the others, you'd like drag them because your character is like too small.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, Fortnite's like I'm happy with the way that they did everything. I don't know if I'll play it necessarily as much as I used to, but it's definitely fun I'd say at least give it a try for anyone who is even interested. I would at least say to try it. So that would probably that's pretty much everything I think I have to say. The battle pass has also got some interesting things, and Fortnite is just Fortnite, and they're keeping it fresh and they're changing things up, and the people are talking about it. So
yeah, that's my ultimately that's my biggest takeaway from it, is that Fortnite is still Fortnite. So for me, like what you were saying with you should give it a try, like I think you should give it a try, but after about 4 or 5 games, like it's like it is still Fortnite. So like if you liked it, then you're gonna still like it. They didn't change the game, but if you didn't really care for it, then after like 5 games, I was like, yeah, this is still Fortnite, and then it's whatever. So I can't see myself getting back into it like I used to be. But for the people that for the people that loved it, and then they're getting this refresher, I think like it's huge for them. Like if I was still a Fortnite fan, like big Fortnite fan, and then this happened, I would be like over the moon excited about it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Lots of new content for sure for content creators as well. Any last words on Fort?
Not really. The battle pass is cool. I think 10's is way better, but like that's fine. This is just different and new. There are some really cool things in it though, like that metal music loading screen. I got a big shout out for that. The slurp contrail is really cool. The like teammate emotes, so you can like high five people.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. The pogo stick is crazy. We saw the pogo stick in like our 4th match or something like that, and it's tier 86 or something. So that's kind of crazy. I'm sure they paid for it, but still.
Right. Yeah, it's nuts. People will just buy the whole battle pass like it's nothing. I'm like, damn, that's like $100 or something crazy.
Yeah. So,
like,
shout out to
2 months
Epic.
of stuff.
Yeah, like shout out to Epic. Like they're killing it. Obviously, Fortnite's the biggest game in the world for a reason, and they're having their ups and downs, their highs and their lows. The mechs being the all-time low, I think, but they've shot it right back up. So, and they obviously didn't. They whatever ill will that they gained, they at least brought back. They made up for some of it. So that's good. It's hard to keep any video game relevant for over a year, let alone being number 1 for over a year. It's crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. And like Fortnite has set an example and influenced so many future games, including battle royales or just any shooter, and even other games.
Any game, yeah.
Yeah, like the battle pass, the season pass thing is kind of like, it's like you see it in every game now. You see games trying to come out with new skins and new content. Like Fortnite's doing it every other day, every week. And like all the pressure they have to deal with from having all this attention. Like not everything they're gonna try or do is gonna get a good response when you have so many people playing it. So it's tough to be in that position, but for the most part, they've done a good job.
But yeah, definitely every game has a battle pass, which is like yet another thing that they can, like you have your, like Dauntless has a battle pass even, and that's not a shooter. That game's hardly even competitive at all. Destiny has a season pass. PUBG has a pass. Gears has a pass. Like whether or not you buy it or not, like it's yeah, and then just other little things like. Fortnite has undoubtedly this generation's like Call of Duty 4, where like looking forward, you're going to be able to see its fingerprints in almost every major game that comes out.
And speaking of other games that have the battle pass or season pass, Gears of War is our next topic. They released 4 new characters. Would you like to kind of talk about them?
Sure. I would love the honor to do so. So we have 4 new characters today. August 16th. On the COG side, we have COG Hero.
October 16th?
What did I say?
August? I mean, we can go back in time, but
no, it's okay. I don't want it to be August. October.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have COG Hero. And with COG Hero comes Onyx Guard, which is cool. Because Onyx Guard is going to be a skin for that character in December, I think. So COG Hero, he's just like your typical guy, like he's just in full COG armor. He's just like your nameless dude running around out there. We have your DB, your Damon Bayard created, your Damon Bayard created robots. God, talk.
Get so pissed.
Jesus Christ.
Flips his setup. Podcast over.
Jeez. Your DBs that are heroes now. They're on the COG side and not the villain
I did
side.
not know. Man. Your knowledge of Gears you're still teaching me stuff. So going back to the I guess I'll let you finish these characters. I want to ask a couple questions.
Okay. Yeah, don't forget those questions.
Okay.
Because you remember in Gears 4, the whole story of Gears 4 was that the COG was out to get JD and Kate, and they're rebels and all that stuff, and all that. But now that that was some time has passed and everything's all good. The COG are still quote unquote the good guys, so the DBs work for them, and obviously Bayard has always been a good guy. So, and then on the villain side, we have the Warden, which is arguably the most badass looking character in all of the Swarm. And then General Rom, classic Gears 1 villain.
Yeah.
Like
you gotta have Rom.
Yeah, if you know Gears, you know Rom, and he should be there. He should have been there from the start. He was. If you were a badass and played Gears 4 from the beginning, then you would have already had Gold Rom. But he's here now. Better late than never, I suppose. Okay, so what were your questions before we go into more details?
I think you kind of answered it about the whole DB like switching to COG. But you said there's an Onyx guard for the COG Gears heroes. What can you explain? I didn't really see much on that.
Yeah, so do you remember in Gears 4, there's a character called the Onyx Guard, which is basically it's a COG gear, like he's still in his full armor and stuff, but he's black. He's pretty, like the armor is black. He's like a little bit beefier. He's a bigger dude, and he's just like he's like a half step in between your COG gear and your Marcus Phoenix. He's not like your hero like Marcus Phoenix, but he's still like a mini boss kind of dude from the Swarm side. He's going to be a skin for COG gear that is put into like the supply drops and things like that. So you know how you can unlock classic Kate for Kate right now? It's going to be like that. Yeah. You'll be able to get the Onyx Guard for COG gear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he'll be released when?
I think they said in December. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure they said December. Yeah, and then so you can buy each one of these characters for $5 or
500 iron if you guys don't know the cost.
Yeah, for 500 iron. Oh, real quick, it says in the next tour of duty coming in December with Operation 2, you can earn the Onyx Guard skin for the COG gear. So yeah, in December.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just buy them straight up for $5 and be done with it, and you have them, and that's it. Or they've said from the beginning, every single character they introduce in the game is going to be earnable through gameplay. So they stuck to their word, except for, unless you count Grace, who is currently in the Terminator pack that you have to buy, but she's Grace from Terminator, so I don't think anybody cares.
Right.
So to unlock these characters through gameplay, you have to earn 60,000 XP in Versus Horde or Escape. Complete.
Not too bad.
Yeah, that's just going to happen eventually. No matter what you do in this game, you earn XP, so that's just going to happen.
But that's one of the challenges. How many are there
That
for
is
each character?
one.
6?
There's 5 for each.
5?
Yep.
Okay, 5. That's one.
Yep. These first 4 are for every character. Earn 60,000 XP in Versus Horde or Escape. Complete 40 rounds of Versus. Survive 50 waves of Horde. Any difficulty. Or
decent.
Yep. And survive 18. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't have to be like waves 1 through 50. You don't have to complete a game of Horde. You could do wave 1 50 times if you wanted to.
Okay.
And then survive 18 acts of escape. Any difficulty.
No.
Bro.
The first 2 are amazing. Like, that's just going to happen for any multiplayer, like a gamer like me that I don't play anything outside of, like, I play campaign through once, and then on PvP, I'm playing, King of the Hill or whatever. Like, any mode, I'm playing that all the time. So, like, those are easy.
Yeah, that is
but then
Gears
you get
to us. PvP is Gears for us.
Exactly. And then you get to Horde. Okay, you're going to make me play Horde. It's 50 waves, but it's not 1 through 50, so I don't have to take 2.5 straight hours in a row, but I still have to put in some time, 50 waves. Yeah. It's a little annoying. But then you tell me I have to play... You're going
to tell ElectricityWave he has to do something?
You tell me I'm going to play through Escape 18 times for one character.
Why 18?
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
All right. Let me take you back. Let's harken back to E3 2019.
My blood's boiling.
All right. Hold on. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a game.
I'm getting angry.
No, it's okay. E3,
if they mention Escape, next update.
Look at
I'm throwing
if you can't hear Escape one more time, then you should uninstall Gears 5 right now.
For real.
Okay.
Don't ever force a game mode on me.
So
like
look up. You see that up in the sky right there? Like it's not in the sky. It's like right.
It's my ring light.
It's like right in front of your ring light. That little flashback right there. E3 2019. Rod Ferguson, whose goodwill is quickly waning in my brain. So he talks about this awesome new game mode coming to Gears 5 called Escape. Has new characters, whole brand new Gears of War experience that we've never had before. And one might even say it's similar to Left 4 Dead. This sounds dope. I'm in. I want to do this. We're going to dedicate our entire E3 showing to this Escape mode. It's just another game mode. If you want to play it, cool. You're still going to have versus. Story mode is still fantastic. Horde mode is still there. It's great. You can do whatever you want. Like, this is great. Escape mode is cool. Now fast forward to right now, October 16th, 2019. And escape is nothing but a burden to people that all they want to do is just have these cool characters, and they are forcing us to play this mode 18 times per character. And it's not even like, it doesn't require skill. It's not like get 10 headshots in escape or something. You just have to do it. So like, it's just a chore to just do. And you could even look at it the other way. Well, I'm a PvE player. I play horde mode, and you guys are talking about versus like that's all it is. Well, then you have to play 40 rounds of versus. You have to. Or of course, you can skip the grind and give us a little bit of money, because I'm sure that has nothing to do with the grind being outrageous. I'm sure. So
they should give every type of player an option. So if you are,
no,
yeah, flexibility.
No.
So if you play versus, make it 100,000 XP. I don't care, as long as I don't have to play any other mode. I'll do it. If I'm only an escape player, if I'm one of the only 3 escape players, one of the 3 in the world that play it, then give me escape challenges. If I'm a horde player, then give me only horde challenges, but don't make me play stuff I don't want to in a game. That's the whole point. Like they said when they were making the game, they said they wanted to make a game that could be for anyone. It has a little bit of something for everyone. But then when they make the cool stuff unlockable, they're going against what they said, because they're making you play stuff that you don't want to when you're supposed to be comfortable in the mode that you are. So yeah, it's kind of contradicting.
Yep. And I haven't even finished describing all the objectives that you have to do to unlock these characters, by the way. But to make it, like, I don't know, make matters worse or whatever you want to say, none of these only one of these 4 characters are even playable in escape or horde mode. And that's the COG gear. You can't be the warden or Rom in escape or horde because you don't play as the villains. And the DB doesn't have any abilities. He's only in PvP. So it's like,
they said that every character that they were going to come out with was going to have abilities, so that's why it took so long.
Yes,
so now they're even contradicting from that. What the hell?
Yep.
If someone doesn't have abilities, then what are you talking about? Like,
we can't copy and paste them from Gears 4 because we have to add all of these abilities for them to use in escape mode. But then here's 3 people that you can't use in escape mode.
Like, now I feel like as a dev team, they are probably just freaking out because there's so many complaints about the game right now and the state that it's in, that they're giving us characters and kind of just, they're not even going with what they said in the beginning.
Yeah.
They're just trying to like panic mode and fix everything.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know. They're not going to fix everything. They're going to pretend like they're fixing it. But then it's going to introduce more problems and more like, we fixed it, but there's still this clear thing of what our agenda is initially that we're never going to get away from. But that's every game. And like, I'm not, like, the Coalition just happens to get the brunt of our bullshit right now because they run the game that we love the most. But this is not exclusive to them at all. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because we're so passionate about the game and want the best for it. It's not like we're just hating on it to hate on it. Like, I've seen so many Gears pros and people that are so passionate about Gears say the same exact things. So I don't feel out of place or feel like anything we're saying is crazy. I feel like we're just wanting the best experience, and we want, we just want content, and we don't want like to have any ridiculous step A, B, C through Z to get it. We just want it to be like, oh, play 10 matches, unlock a character, or like level up to this. Why don't they just make it to where like level 80 gets this character and then re-up 20 gets this one?
Yeah,
so you just play.
I guarantee if like microtransactions were like illegal or whatever, then all of these every single thing in Gears 5's like reward system, the grind to get to it would be far less.
Yeah,
like way
for
less.
Sure.
So, and we have Gears 1 through 3 to prove that statement or to back it up.
Right.
And then I guess just to round it out, cog gear, you all have to, and then each character also has one specific objective for them to get on top of the other 4. Cog gear is get 200 assists in cog team, or get 200 assists as a cog team character in versus horde or escape. The DB get 100 reject kills in horde or escape. The warden is eliminate 10 wardens in horde or escape. And to get General ROM, you have to execute 30 COG characters as a swarm character.
Okay, so the thing that we didn't even bring up, and I don't want to go too like in depth and get like rageful for this, but you can't even earn all characters at once. You have to have a specific token like selected so you can unlock that one character. So as I understand it, we have to complete escape 18 times and get all of the I'm not sure. I mean,
no,
if
you're right. Keep going. You're right.
I am right.
Yeah, keep going. You're right.
So we have to complete the escape mode that we don't want to play 18 times for each character while we have that token selected and quote unquote attached to our profile. So that means 18 times 4 characters.
Yes.
I don't even like that's 72. I think.
Yes.
72 times
6.
We have to complete escape.
76? No,
76.
72.
8 times
72.
Yeah, 72 rounds of escape to get all 4 characters, and that's not even including all the specific challenges, the online grind. So they need to figure that out.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm not doing that.
Like if I have my totem turned on for ROM, then all of my stats and XP and everything is going towards the ROM character. And then once I complete that, I have to switch my totem to the other one, and then you have to do it again.
That's nuts. So when I saw that, I have iron in my account. So I saw that. I'm like, I'm buying the warden, and if I get the others, I get them. But like, I'm not going to be stressing about playing escape that many times and all the XP. So I just got the one character I wanted for, like, I had the iron, and then we'll see like how it goes. But it's crazy, honestly.
Yeah. Games like, I don't know. Games now, like how they do it makes it just feel almost every game you can play. Big AAA games, they just feel like chores. Like, yeah. But it's to get, at the end of the day, it's to get a character that you don't need, and you don't need to be General ROM. There's 5 or however many other swarm characters you can pick from. You can keep playing forever. You never have to get any of these characters. So like.
But it does suck if one of those characters is like your all-time favorites. Like I saw a lot of people saying like they want Cole back and Dom. Like what if they do that for Cole and Dom? They will tell someone that you have to grind for that long, for hours and hours, just to get a character they used to play for free in old games. Like
in 5 other games.
I don't know. I can't wait to see how the community reacts once they understand like this system, because I think it's so new because it just happened today. People might not have really checked it or even logged on. So like. Woo,
yeah, the Gears Reddit community is up in arms the second the coalition even like takes in their first breath to tell us what the new stuff is. So that's my very small test pool of like opinions and stuff, and it's like they definitely agree with us for the most part. But obviously that's a very small pool of people compared to the entirety of the game, of the player base. At least for now, because I'm sure that player base is dwindling by the day, which is unfortunate.
It is. I mean, other than that, I just hope that they fix the ranking system that's still not fixed. And some of they launched. What was it? I think his name's Ryan, or like Node Zero, and he tweeted something about they're gonna nerf the Marxa. On Tuesday is going to be the patch, so I think they realized how OP it was, so we're going to fix that. But I hope they just continue to kind of fix weapons and balance it more and make it a more fun experience online. But other than that, do you have any last words on Gears?
Just really quick, it says no, these do not it does say these do not track together, only for the equipped totem. So like they specifically point out the bullshit. And you have to spend 100 scrap just to get the totem, which
it's like slap in the face, dude.
Sorry,
slap in the face. All right, well,
they say we believe each character will take approximately 10 hours to earn. So that's 40 hours for 4 characters. If you walk up to a random person on the street and say, "Hey, I want you to play this video game for 40 hours," they'll be like, "What the fuck?"
I have a job.
Yeah. For your
family to take care of.
Yeah, for people like us, like
That's
we
what
can
they would
obviously
say.
like we can rack up 40 hours in a game like decently, well, but
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for sure. I mean, we'll see what happens by next week. Any updates? I don't think much will change, but we'll definitely keep you updated. We always have our eyes on Gears.
yes,
Gears news.
eyes and ears always on Gears, and I'm still gonna
have no fear.
I'm still
Turn into a damn.
They
rhyme.
keep making me shed tears though, but I have to
For
keep
real.
playing the game, and I'm gonna keep playing the game, I should say, and I'm gonna just try to shut it. Like I said last week, once the game starts, I just shut it down and I have fun and enjoy and play it. And if I get new characters along the way, that's cool. But after seeing this, my hope of it ever getting better is gone. So it's just I finally have it in my head embedded that this is just how it is, and it's unfortunate and it sucks, but yeah, I have zero faith that it's gonna get better. So yeah, that's Gears 5.
Well, on to more positive news.
Thank you NetherRealm for making Mortal Kombat 11 better after the first week. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
makes you appreciate games that
Care
try
about
to
their
improve
community.
their game and care. Yeah.
At least know how to pretend to care. Because I know
Right.
you're a business and you created this game to make money. That's obvious. That's fine. That obviously, but at least pretend to know how to care. That's all I ask. Okay, I'm done.
All right. So, do you want to talk about Riot Games? News and Riot Games.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Riot Games. Let me preface this with a couple things. One, I have never played League of Legends in my entire life. So
I played through the tutorial, so I'm pretty much pro.
what compared to me, yes. What better person to get your Riot Games information from someone that's never played their only game? Okay, so Riot is trying. Basically, they're trying to become the next Blizzard. So Blizzard, it has been. Before like the past maybe 2 years, I would say Blizzard is a god tier PC, like one of the gold standards of PC game development and console game development. Everything they have made far too many classics to ever ignore, and almost basically every game they make it just blows up and is incredible. Now I don't think it's physically possible for a company to have more ill will than Blizzard does at the moment. We are not at all going to go in detail of why that is. No. You know why. If you know, you know why. It's very obvious. So, Riot Games is like, we don't even have titles for our games, but we're jumping in now, and hello, we're Blizzard. So they've announced many, many new games. Riot Games, they make League of Legends. I'm pretty sure that's their only game right now. And no, they have that auto chess game. What's it called?
True.
That auto chess game, whatever it's called.
I think it's Auto Chess.
No, it's called.
Oh,
something.
you're talking about Team Fight
Tactics? Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's Riot, right? It's got to be.
I don't know.
It's got to be. Anyway, okay. So we have
I think so.
League of Legends Wild Rift, which is just a new version of the MOBA built from the ground up with a twin stick control scheme designed for consoles and phones, and it's like a more like bite-sized experience. Legends of Runeterra, I hope that's how you pronounce that, which is a competitive card game set in the League of Legends universe. And then Project A, which is described as a stylish, competitive, character-based tactical shooter for PC. I've never seen a game like that before, ever. Nope. Project L, a fighting game that is set in the League of Legends universe. That's in very early stages of development. I'm always down for a new fighting game.
Interesting.
Project F, which, funny enough, that makes ALF. Project A, L, and F. ALF. Project F is a very early development project that explores the possibilities of traversing the world of Runeterra with your friends, as Riot describes it. Brief footage looks reminiscent of Diablo and other third-person dungeon crawlers. So, We have a competitive card game that I'm sure is going to be nothing like Hearthstone. We have a character-based tactical shooter on PC, which I'm sure is going to be nothing like Overwatch. And we have a fighting game, a 2D fighting game that I'm sure is going to be, a 2D fighting game. Just like,
man, the sarcasm is out of the roof for this segment.
Is it?
But what are your thoughts on the games? Do you think they're gonna execute?
League of Legends seems to be. This might be hilarious. This might be a hilarious statement from some people that actually know what League of Legends is and how it plays. But League of Legends seems to be a very well-made game, and they obviously did something right because it's one of the most popular games on the planet, and the League of Legends finals generated more viewers and revenue than the NBA finals did. So they're doing something right over there. They have hella money. They can completely expand their studios to make all these games. Hundreds of people are employed by them now. And Blizzard is totally tanking right now. So for more games is always good.
They're capitalizing.
Yeah. They're making these games. I don't know. I wish they would have went a little bit more original, but they clearly see the money in esports. League of Legends, obviously one of the biggest esports in the world. So then they just knocked out every single game that is popular on the esports scene. They have it. Your fighting games. I'm sure they're gonna try to get this fighting game Project. L is the fighting game one. Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna get Project L.
I think that's F, right?
No, it's L.
Well, okay. What was F? The card game?
No, F was the Diablo style game.
Oh, okay.
Legends of Runeterra is the card game.
Okay.
They're gonna try to get Project L at EVO 2021 or whatever year that comes out. Overwatch, I'm sure they're going to try to have a Project A League. Like every single one of these games marks a checkbox of esports, except for the Diablo game, because that's not it's not like PvP unless they include a PvP mode, which is it's not very likely, but it's a possibility. It doesn't have to be an exact copy of Diablo, obviously. But the card game, I'm sure, is going to have microtransactions out the ass. League of Legends Wild Rift is more League of Legends. Yeah, so it's very interesting to see. Tencent owns them, which, that's very relevant, but for the same reason I don't want to talk about Blizzard that much right now is the same reason I don't want to talk about Tencent that much right now. Call me pussy, it's fine. So it's
just hundreds of comments under the video, pussy.
Purely from a gamer.
No, I don't blame you.
Yeah, purely from a gamer perspective, we'll see. It's hard to be excited for games where I know that they are all being designed from the ground up just to generate as much money as possible in a scummy way. Which that might be a bad thing to place on games that don't even have titles yet, and that's unfair to the developers. But that's exactly how the AAA gaming industry has trained me to think in 2019.
That's the trend.
Yeah, and these check every single one of those boxes. So, damn.
Well, I guess we'll see.
Do I like video games? Am I a gamer?
No, you are. You just don't like the trend of greed.
Yeah, I know.
Which is understandable. It's probably the same feeling and opinion that a lot of gamers share, because no one likes to pay extra money. They want to pay a solid price, or at least feel like they're getting the amount of value that they deserve for paying for skins or any kind of content. So it's understandable for sure.
And for people saying that it's optional, the games are designed from the ground up to get you to buy those things, so it is not optional. The physical skin is optional, but the game being trash is not optional. That is the game. The Witcher 3 is on sale for $12.99 right now on GOG.com. Go buy that game and play it. It's fantastic. Then that's very relevant. Check it out. That's very relevant to this story. So,
all right, I don't really have much to say other than we'll see the news that we get in the near future, maybe far future for that. Maybe next E3 they might talk about it, or
I'd be curious to see what they do, because they, it's Tencent, so they can do whatever they want, and it's Riot Games, who isn't exclusive to any sort of like platform or anything. So they might maybe do their own E3 thing. They might do, have a E3 conference. They might do something totally separate from E3 that's in like August or some random month. Like, because today all this stuff seemed to kind of come out of nowhere. Like it's the 10th anniversary for League of Legends, but like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we expected this. Like, here's a bunch of games. So they can basically do they have infinite money and infinite like eyes on them, so they can do whatever they want, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, this next year is a good time to start a gaming podcast. Wink, wink. So glad we have a lot of content and stuff to talk about.
2020 is gonna be bonkers, dude.
It's like constant news and constant updates and a bunch of different dev teams and companies making moves. So it's exciting to see the amount of variety and just groundbreaking stuff that's going to happen within this next year, to be honest.
Yep,
it's a big year. So we talked about it last week, the whole Destiny 2 Shadowkeep DLC, how I was getting into that, and sometimes people play games, sometimes people are interested and they never play. I actually got into Destiny 2. I started playing on PC. I picked a Warlock because it has a little bit of electricity, hence my stream name, and it has space involved with its ults and all that. So I'm always interested in space and NASA and all that. So it was a perfect character. In the past week since we talked about it, we've been playing, I wouldn't say every day, but almost every day or every other day.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, doing raids. We did a raid. We did some nightfalls. We did a lot of missions, and I've been loving it. Like, you start at 750, and I think me and Sean both started at 750 with the new DLC, and we're about 880, close to 900 light level now. So we've been grinding.
Yep, we're out here.
We both got our first exotic on PC. My first ever, the Wrist Runner. It's a submachine gun. I love it. And they announced an Iron Banner event where you can earn. It's called Pinnacle Armor and Weapons. So I haven't looked too deep into it, but I know that a lot of people are excited for that because that's like, it goes like legendary, rare, legendary, exotic, and then Pinnacle's like the pinnacle of armor or weapons. Like, it's the top stuff you can get. So
which is
I'll definitely be looking into concept. That. Like, I'll definitely be looking into that. So Destiny's been awesome, man. Like, it's been fun to just grind a game with my friends and upgrade the armor and get rewarded and play a first-person mouse and keyboard game because I've been a controller player all my life and I've been adjusting to it. It's been awesome, a nice PvE experience for now with bosses, enemies. So I like Destiny a lot more than maybe even more than I thought I would. So I'm happy to be able to play it. What are your thoughts on Destiny 2?
Like, I'm really happy to hear you say that, because I've been a big Destiny fan for years now. So
forever,
yeah, and that's one of those games where it's just infinitely better with your friends. So it's great for that. And I'm right back into the grind. Like, actually want to do it. It's fun. We haven't even touched PvP yet, which is crazy because you're still getting used to the whole mouse and keyboard thing. You're loving just like fighting bosses, doing strikes and nightfalls and all that stuff. And
I love it.
Yeah, and we haven't even gotten into PvP yet. And you've always been a PvP fan for like Gears or any game. So once that becomes a part of our rotation, it's going to be even better. Trying to get exotics, like, if the Destiny grind is great, and for the most part it's a lot of fun. There's so much to do. There is a scary amount of things to do in that game.
Yeah,
like, I just keep looking through it and I'm like, I want to play Destiny, and then I go and I look and I'm like, I could do this quest or this, and then every week, you have your weeklies, like your new heroic missions, which are every day, and then new nightfalls. Like, today was the reset. So I think I saw this tweeted out today. It might have been yesterday that I saw the tweet today, but it seems like Wednesday is the reset day. So we have to remember. Okay. We have to remember that.
Right.
Yeah. Can someone in the comments or tweet at me or something? Can somebody tell me if Xur is still a thing in Destiny 2? In Destiny 1, this rare or this like mysterious merchant named Xur, Xur, he would show up every Saturday in the tower and he sells exotics. And you would, and throughout the game you would find strange coins, and then the strange coins was the currency that Xur, like, you know, you paid him.
Accepted.
Yeah, accepted. There you go. So you gave him strange coins, and you could buy exotics from him every Saturday in the tower. So I don't have any strange coins in Destiny 2. I've never gotten one. So please, somebody tell me if Xur is still a thing, and if we should be looking
or a version of them.
Yeah, some kind of merchant that we can go and buy exotics. That would be cool, because I always thought that was a cool idea too.
That sounds awesome. Yeah. I feel like Destiny's super rewarding too. Like, a lot of the times, I know, like, when you get into like the deep, like, high light levels, and like you want like the banging ass guns, like you got to do a lot of shit for it. But like, as far as like just upgrading armor and stuff, like you're always, every time you complete something, you're always like upgrading your armor or like a gun or like something. So like I feel like it's fast. Like, it's very rewarding to do something, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like every strike, like I'm pretty at this point in the game, every single strike that we have completed has ended with me having better something, whether it's like gauntlets or leg armor or a gun or anything. And like worst case scenario, you get some kind of currency that you can spend to get the better thing. So it's like, it does feel very rewarding. The light level is constantly going up. It's rewarding in the sense that it's fun. Which is seems to be a rare concept these days, that it's actually fun to play through these things. And I promise that's my last negative thing I'm going to say today. So it's
all smiles from now on.
Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those games, like, this is how I used to feel about Left 4 Dead back in the day, is two Left 4 Dead references in one podcast in 2019. Hell yeah.
Hey, can't get enough of those.
Yeah. So, it's just a game like me, you, and Justin, or like just you can just get with your group of friends and just talk shit about whatever, just like, you know, hang out with your friends while you're just playing a game. Like Destiny, even though you're playing it could even be like the background thing. Like, it's good and it's good and fun enough to be 100% of your focus, but it could also just be like the driving factor of you and your friends just talking in a party. Like, I'm glad we got into this right now, because it's like it's been great.
Perfect timing. All the DLC. We still haven't even gotten Shadowkeeper Forsaken on PC.
Yep.
It's not like where you log in.
Like me.
No offense to Fortnite, but like, it's not where you log into Fortnite and you run into a 12-year-old that's cranking 90s up to the sky, and like you can't even have a conversation because you have sweat dripping down your body.
Oh my god.
And you're sitting in a kiddie pool full of sweat.
Yeah, I don't think I said sweat once since we started playing Destiny.
Exactly. I've been dry as can be. But
as soon as they start cranking 90s on us, though, oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
You just wait.
If anyone ever cranks 90s in Destiny, I'm quitting.
Oh, don't play the Iron Banner this weekend. There's gonna be There's gonna be 90s everywhere. You can't even build, and there's still gonna be 90s. So
there's still gonna be 90-degree angles everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Destiny's been an awesome experience. I'm excited to keep playing with that. There's so many people that love Destiny, which I've always heard of the game, but like, now that I'm in it, like, I'm like, damn, like, this person plays and this person, and like, everyone's excited about it because of the new DLC, and it's a game you can play with anyone. Someone doesn't have to be super good, or like, if someone's new at it, they can still play. Like, it's kind of like target practice, but you still have to concentrate a little bit. But like Sean said, like, it doesn't have to be like you're going super hard because it's PvE. So yeah, I've enjoyed the experience overall. I'm looking forward to keep grinding that and getting the DLC. And that's pretty much everything I have to say about Destiny 2. I'm looking forward to the future.
Yeah, same. I love that it's a part of my rotation again. And I'm still like, I was at work today and just thinking like, I'm gonna go home and pod. I want to go home and play Destiny. Like,
yeah,
I got the Bad Juju quest to get Bad Juju, and I have to do a million things to get it. But I know at the end of that list of a million things, I've got a badass gun that I'm gonna use like indefinitely. So I want to get to that. It's a little absurd, but I mean, Bad Juju's at the end of the road, so I want it.
True.
I want it. I'm gonna do it.
That's good, man. I'm excited to grind for new guns as well. Next in line, we have the Activision news. It's just a small little note if you want to go over that.
We should, let's just gloss over this real quick. We probably should have just probably should have just talked about this after Gears or Riot. But Activision claims that Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare, is not going to have any loot boxes in it. They currently have no plans to put loot boxes in the game, is what they said. And, you know, at this point, even just if you never met me or saw me before today, then you already know what I think about this. So it's fine. No loot boxes is great. I don't trust them. But if they say no, I'm sure whatever they have in the game is equally as scummy or worse. So it's like
Gears is proof of that.
Yeah. So no, it's crazy that in 2019 no loot boxes isn't automatically a good thing. So it's like whatever. Modern Warfare. It's Call of Duty. It looks great. It's like in beta. The beta was great. Whatever scummy garbage they add to it, I'm sure is going to be added in like 2 or 3 weeks after the game comes out, so they can get other high review scores and have people tell you how great it is. So it's like,
right.
Whatever. It's Call of Duty. If you are buying Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you know exactly what you're signing up for.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like if you know, like it's Call of Duty, it's Activision, it's fine. If you hate it, you hate it. If you like it, you like it. Like there's not much more to say about that.
All right. Well, one of the more recent events that happened these past 2 weeks, and I was pretty excited for it because I don't normally, the past like 2.5 months, I had the whole voice thing we talked about last episode, I'm pretty sure, where I hurt my voice or whatever. I got to do 2 interviews with two of my favorite streamers in the community of Twitch. One of them was Convict TV, and the other one was I'm Stallion. And they basically kind of just asked me about my journey with streaming, how I got into it, any advice I would have, and kind of just sit down and talk for about an hour about my thoughts and experiences as a streamer. And it was an awesome experience to be in front of their community and meet their community and kind of show a little bit more about who I am off stream and on stream in my life and how I balance everything. So shout out to Convict for having me on. That was Thursday, day we launched the podcast. And then shout out to I'm Stallion, who had me on at Monday. Those guys are awesome. They have a great sense of humor. They have great streams, great content, and they work hard. So I appreciate them. If they listen to this, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And I'm always looking forward to do more podcasts like that. Those are more interview styles, which I've never really done those, so it's a little out of my element, but I still enjoyed the opportunity, and I just wanted more experience to be on camera and be recorded kind of to help this, because I feel way more comfortable this episode than the last episode. I don't know how you feel, but
yeah, I do.
I feel great.
That's good, and they were fun. They were entertaining to watch. Like I watched the Convict one live while it was happening, and it was fun. Convict has a good chat, so that made it cool too. And he's a good he knows what he's doing when he's as a streamer. So
right.
So yeah, it was entertaining. He has good questions. You had good answers. It wasn't boring at all, which is good because I think it went for like an hour. I think. So,
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so that's good. I mean, I'm a little biased on his guest choice this time around, but
right.
I don't know. Maybe it might be like that. Might have heard it. Like from my perspective, it might have been like, well, I talk to Mike every day. Why do I want to watch him talk for an hour? Like,
True.
So it might have been like, if you were looking at it from somebody else, like, oh, who is this guy? Like, I want to know about his story. Who's this fine-looking young chap? Let me watch him.
Young chap.
let me watch him talk to Convict for a bit. So
yeah, meanwhile you're over there in the chat. Like I've already heard him say all this bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like typing out your answer when he asks the question.
I'm just reading from you like a script.
Yeah. Oh, I know this one. Well. I know this one.
Right. I've heard this one before. Yeah, it was fun though. Like I'm always open to doing new experiences and stuff kind of out of my comfort zone, because I could have said no and been like, I don't know, but I was just like, whatever. Like even if I feel a little bit of nerves here and there, like it's good to get used to it, because I'm gonna have to get used to being on a podcast. And so
why is that?
I'm glad I did it. because Chillin' for Our Lives. So I guess the last thing we could bring up, unless you have any other comments on that or any other random thoughts before we talk about our platforms and stuff.
No, because every random thought that just popped into my head was related to like our platform and stuff. So
okay, so like we said, we're on YouTube for the video watchers. We're on at ElectricityWave. We'll have all the links in the description, so you don't have to worry about that for YouTube and for the other platforms. I think we have the same description, so you guys can see all the platforms. Spotify, Chillin' for Our Lives, audio listeners, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Anchor, all Chillin' for Our Lives for the audio. You can find us at Twitter. I'm ElectricityWave. He's Stadium Beats. And an important thing that we wanted to emphasize is for the Apple Podcast. I don't know for sure about the other platforms. You might know, but I know for a fact Apple Podcast has the rating. So if you guys want to give us a 5-star rating and a nice little paragraph, you can screenshot it, send it to us on Twitter. We'll give you guys a nice little thank you and shout out for the next episode. We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, 5-star, like a 5-star rating or just any like sort of rating on Apple Podcasts is important. Like they really that's important. Yeah, that's like a huge metric for them. So if you guys do enjoy the show, please just give us 5 stars on there if you think we deserve it, because like it actually does matter. So if we have no marketing machine, we have like nothing but ourselves. So if you guys enjoy it and want it to grow, then that'd be a big help.
Yeah, doing that, something as small as that, we super appreciate that. We gracefully appreciate like all the support anyways for anyone who listens. But the 5-star review is a cherry on top. For anyone that does that, we absolutely adore you and appreciate you. And yeah, we're starting from, this is literally episode 2, and I can already see an improvement in the show. A lot of people, we got a lot of great feedback from the first episode. People were interested and they listened through the whole thing.
We did.
And told us about it.
We did. Thank you guys.
So that was awesome.
You know who you are.
Yeah, thank you guys. And for episode 2, I feel like the information, like we had a lot to talk about, a lot of cool stuff. We might not get this many cool topics because there's a lot of big things we've had in the first 2 weeks, but we're going to try to do our research and nitpick anything we can find in the gaming news and talk about it. And every episode will get better. I have a lot of fun doing this.
Can you believe?
How do you feel?
Can you believe that this could get even better? Can you believe it?
I can't.
Not a chance.
But we do have a lot of potential. Like, I just know how our conversations go off of the podcast and off stream, and I think the more relaxed we get and the more, I feel pretty relaxed, but I think the pacing of the show and will definitely, in the structure, will get more organized. It's kind of more of that, just getting used to when we want to talk about certain topics and when we kind of want to BS and mixing it in like in a perfect amount. Because when you see like the podcasts that have been doing it for a while, they just kind of so naturally and swiftly do it every week. So we're trying to get to that.
Yeah, it still feels like a little bit of like just give and take of just like, here's the news thing, this is what it is, what are your thoughts on that?
Right.
We're still trying to get to just like the conversational, like it just feels like a conversation the whole time. I feel like that's where I want to take it, which is weird. It's so weird because we have conversations literally every single day.
Every day.
But it's just like being in a podcast. I don't know. There's just something about it where it
changes.
Yeah, it just feels different. So hopefully we can get to the point where it doesn't feel different. I think next week. I think next week might be.
Next week's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
We got a special guest, our very first guest of the show.
Yeah.
A lot of people will be excited to see that, and that'll be a good episode to kind of break us in and get the laughter going. Because after we really start getting into this podcast, it's gonna be funny as hell. Like I'm telling you guys, our conversations that we have, like just normal conversations, we're dying laughing. So. We're getting to that point, but next episode we'll break the barrier a little bit with our guests. So we're excited to have them on, and we'll be announcing that
soon.
Probably Yeah, probably soon. So
Definitely
look forward to
soon.
that. Yep. So look forward to that. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say. If there's anything else that you were thinking.
Nope. Just I love you all.
I appreciate you guys. This is the second episode of Chillin' for Our Lives. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey.